You're watching WAND Weekend Daybreak.
Coming up on Weekend Daybreak, officers within a local police department pushing for change in their superior. The reason behind their no confidence vote.
Plus, today is the Illinois Marathon. We have all the details around the race and information you need to know about road closures.
You're so small, you're so sweet. I think that it gives you the ability to play out those extra sides of yourself that maybe you can't have in the public eye.
On the track, they have unique names, but off the track, they are your average women. We met up with the Prairieland Punishers to see how they are gearing up for their home opener tonight.
And the sun is on the rise on this Saturday morning. It's a pretty one, seeing some blue skies, but don't get used to it. Clouds and eventually rain builds in today. I'll have your weekend forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Karen Isert.
And I'm Lacey Clifton. It's 6 a.m. on what's soon to be a soggy Saturday. Meteorologist Bob Trihey's in the Weather Center tracking these upcoming showers for us. Bob, fill us in.
Yeah, Lacey, we are looking at mostly cloudy skies right now. A pretty decent start to our weekend, but don't get used to it because indeed some of those showers are on the way. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside as we just saw on the Rotor cam. Sun's coming up here in about a minute or so. There it is, breaking the horizon. Look at that, all over it. Blue skies and also some clouds beginning to increase. Temperatures are on the cool side into the 40s, but pretty typical this time of year. Decatur 47, Champaign 43, Springfield 49, Shelbyville you're waking up to 48, and Effingham at 47 degrees. We're starting to see more in the way of clouds and green showing up on the map as we're watching rain now developing off to our west, and that will be building in as we head into the latter part of this morning into this afternoon. Your hour by hour forecast, mostly cloudy through about 9 a.m., then cloudy by 10:54. Scattered showers begin to move in around the noon hour, continue through the afternoon, and I think we'll top out around 60 degrees. Coming up, I'll have the timing on the rain, just how much we could see. Better weather for Sunday, then a very wet pattern for next week. It's all coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Bob. New this morning, officers within the Effingham Police Department vote no confidence in their police chief.
That's right. Officers and telecommunicators passed a no confidence vote against Police Chief Jeff Fusting. This vote means the employees who serve under him feel he's no longer fit to hold the position. 25 of 26 patrol officers and telecommunications staff passed the vote over a 2-day period. The vote has no legal standing. However, those who voted feel this will send a message. The Fraternal Order of Police released this statement, in part, quote, "The Effingham Police Department employees took this rare vote because they have serious integrity concerns. Our field staff and members of FOP Lodge 209 have repeatedly talked to Chief Fusting about violating contractual provisions, unfair employment treatment, and hostile workplace incidents." A Springfield woman is dead this morning after a head-on collision with a tree. Springfield police say the crash happened near the 500 block of South 11th Street. They arrived on scene just after 4 yesterday. The 40-year-old was hospitalized and later died. The crash is still under investigation.
Well, Decatur police are looking for a person who they say kidnapped a child and stole a car. Police say last week they stopped a car driven by Tommy Call Jr. Inside the car was Call with a passenger and a child. It was revealed the passenger had an outstanding warrant, so as officers were making an arrest, Call sped off in the car with the child in the back. Police learned the car was stolen, so out of safety for the child, they did not pursue. Now, police were able to find the car, but they need help locating Call. If you know his whereabouts, contact police. Well, in the missing scholar case, Brent Christensen's lawyer says he will abandon the mental health defense. His lawyers plan to use the defense to avoid the death penalty should Christensen be convicted. But a filing yesterday, his lawyers say Christensen decided to formally withdraw the mental health defense. Christensen is accused of kidnapping and killing the U of I visiting scholar Ying Zhang.
Kicking off bright and early today is the Illinois Marathon and Half Marathon in Champaign-Urbana. Every year, the Health and Wellness Expo at the Christie Clinic in Champaign helps runners prepare for the race. Jason Hurstbrunner with the clinic says this is more than a race. It's a chance for people to start a more healthy life.
And obviously we have some elite runners that come in and they're pretty healthy, but really the thing that Christie Clinic got so energized about and wanted to sponsor was because this really got people who had not taken an active role in their health care up and running around the community.
Today, more than 20,000 people have signed up to volunteer with the race. Now, keep in mind, roads will be closed today around Champaign-Urbana. We have a complete breakdown of what you need to know for the races, whether you're running, walking, or need to know where to avoid while in your car. You can find all of that right now on our website, wandtv.com. And MTD wants to remind riders to expect delays today because of the race. The race travels through MTD bus routes, so the company is asking people to plan accordingly. The downtown Urbana Lincoln Square bus stop will be split into two stops, one at Illinois and Broadway and the other at Water and Broadway. After the race ends, all routes will be back to normal.
Well, the American Red Cross is sounding the alarm across the country. A 2-week push to install 100,000 smoke detectors in homes without them. A recent survey found 1 in 10 people have not bought some detector or have taken out the batteries. 96% say they leave food cooking unattended and even sleep with candles burning. The president of the American Red Cross tells WAND News the simple goal is to educate and save lives.
Volunteers are needed, and if someone does want to volunteer, and we hope a lot of your viewers do, we are hopeful that they'll get on our website, soundthealarm.org, and sign up for a day to volunteer for the American Red Cross and help us help others.
Sound the Alarm will come to Decatur May 2nd. The Decatur Fire Department and Ameren workers will fan out to neighborhoods to check smoke detectors and install them in homes that don't have them. Now, looking ahead, you can get FBI-ready child identification cards at MacArthur High School today. HSHS St. Mary's Hospital is teaming up with Child Safety USA to provide free ID cards for parents and guardians of children 18 and younger. It will be from 10 to 2. Cards will include inkless fingerprints, physical descriptions, and current ID and guardian information.
Local leaders and community members are coming together today to spread awareness of child abuse. Today is the It Takes a Village to Raise a Child Carnival Day. Organizers are working to spread awareness of child abuse and honor survivors. The event is from 2 to 8 at Prairie Avenue Christian Church. In Taylorville, you can help with citywide cleanup. Today, the city is holding a cleanup day from the December 1st tornado. Residents can take their debris to the Taylorville Street Department. Cleanup is from 7 to 3. Still ahead on WAND News today, a Jacksonville man is defying all odds and is not letting anything stop him from getting outdoors.
Yep, we're going to show you how he makes it his mission to not give up and do what he loves. And later, bees are one of the most important insects on the planet. However, their population is declining. We'll show you the work some are doing to make sure bees are safe. Welcome back. I'm sure you guys have noticed that we have a new face this morning. This is Lacey Clifton. Lacey is now officially joining the WAND team, so we are so lucky. I'm so excited. I've been hanging out with you throughout the night. It's been so fun, and we are so lucky to have you here, Lacey. Talk a little bit about where are you from? Where do you come from? You know, you're not too shy of the Central Illinois area.
No. Born and raised here, and I grew up in Oakland, Illinois. Moved to Charleston, Illinois. I went to Eastern Illinois University, go Panthers, and I've been living here. I traveled to Terre Haute for work previously, and so now I'm back home in Illinois, and I couldn't be more happy to be here.
We are so, like I said, we are so excited. Now, we were talking a little bit this morning. You're not too unfamiliar with WAND, correct?
Oh no, I grew up watching it. Sean, Don, and JC. I actually studied weather at EIU because of JC, and then, you know, as the cards would fall, I ended up on the news side of things, but still, this is like I'm living out my childhood dream.
Well, Lacey, what are you most excited about being here in Decatur and in Central Illinois again?
Mostly just to grow and connect with folks in my own backyard. Going over to Indiana for things, didn't really get to connect as much as I'd like. So now that I'm back home, I really hope to get rooted in the community. I go to church in Sullivan, so being back home is great.
Well, Lacey is on Facebook, so you guys are going to have to give her a little
Lacey
like.
Clifton News.
Yep, you're going to have to give her a like because she's on there. And speaking of getting involved in the community, Steve Nichols, he does all sorts of stories in our community. It's cliche, but when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Oh, sure you can do that, but a Jacksonville man cut that lemon tree down, put up a deer blind, and shot an 8-pointer right where it stood. Steve Nichols shows us through his lens how Nathan adapted the outdoors to his liking.
This is Nathan. Just like everybody else, he's got places to go and people to see. But he just does it a little different than most. So today, Jacksonville Lake is where he's going, and I'm the lucky person he's going to go see.
Yep.
Now, much of Nathan's life has been an uphill battle. Now, can you imagine going uphill in a wheelchair is not very easy?
Because I was born with a birth defect called spina bifida. It's where my spine doesn't grow correctly, and in most cases it grows out of the person's back. But until I was, I think, 2 years old, it didn't grow out of my back. It actually stayed inside my back, and then it started to grow out.
Yeah, well, it gets worse.
I do dialysis 5 days a week, 4 hours each day. I have hydrocephalus, which is swelling on the brain, which thankfully I have not had issues with that for a long, long time. When I was a child, I used to have seizures. Again, no longer have issues with that. But just everyday issues, you know. Like I also suffer from anxiety. That's a huge thing in my life.
Now, that's a mountain of serious physical limitations he has to deal with. But this isn't a boo-hoo sob story for Nathan. Not by any stretch.
On this week's episode of Adapting the Outdoors, we're catching channel cat and carp and yellow bellies at Nichols Park. I am in my 5th season, and I've been doing this since April 20th of 2013. Now that's a fish.
You see, Nathan decided to document his adventures and created a YouTube channel called Adapting the Outdoors, which kind of explains why we're here fishing today.
I film my hunting and fishing videos to show people that if you have the right mindset, that you can do anything that you want. It's all purely about mindset.
You see, it takes the right mindset to take a wheelchair on a deer hunt. Now, my mindset would have been centered around getting the thing stuck or even getting a shot off. You see, that's not so much the problem with Nathan here.
Check that out, first 8-pointer. Oh man, that is awesome.
He's even braved ice fishing just last winter.
Got another one. Never been ice fishing before, and a friend of mine got me out on the water for the first time, or out on the ice, and we ended up catching over 100 bluegill in 4 hours.
The journey to where he is in his life didn't come easy. You know, and actually there's a time when they thought he wasn't going to make it at all.
I remember Christmas of 2012, the doctors told my parents to say their goodbyes because I had gotten an infection in a wound that I had, and I went septic, and I was in intensive care and was literally in a coma, and Mom's like, no, he's not, you know, you're wrong. And sure enough, 4 days later, I was home.
You see, Nathan's mom has been an unwavering pillar of support. She didn't give up then, and she's not giving up now.
I more than likely would not be alive, because she would push the doctors to do different tests and do different things for quality of life, and in some situations to save my life.
Now, unfortunately for Nathan, she couldn't help him save this really nice bass.
His drag still isn't set right.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
You see, earlier in the day, I had a really nice bass on that spit the hook out, and these two never let me hear the end of it.
And guess who got it? Mom reached down and grabbed his mouth. Don't pull. Ah! Don't pull him by the string.
He who has the camera and the power of editing has the revenge. Now, in all fairness, as the day went on, Nathan did catch a few more fish,
Steve, can you help me out, bud?
including this really nice channel cat.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get him a nice landing net for his birthday or Christmas.
But I do enjoy getting out and not only teaching myself something, but teaching other people something. On one of my latest videos, in a day's time, I had like 4 or 5 people message me and say, "I really learned something out of watching your video today. Thank you." And to me, that's the ultimate gift.
But teaching somebody how to shoot a buck or catching a bluegill is not the only purpose for his YouTube channel.
When I was younger, I questioned a lot about, why me, what am I doing? And it's taken me 30 years to figure that out. And I think it finally has come to me that my purpose on this earth is to teach people and to inspire people not to give up. Whether the cards you dealt are the greatest in the world or they're the worst hand that you could have possibly been dealt, make the best of it and just keep on trucking.
So the next time you walk into your car or step into your brand new bass boat and complain about whatever it is that's troubling you that day, drive over to Jacksonville and tell Nathan and his mom all about it. I dare you.
Hey now, there's no participation trophies in fishing.
Through my lens in Jacksonville, this is Steve Nichols, WAND.
Got one.
Well, Nathan explained that he does have downtime in spite of his positive mindset and that it's your choice as to how to deal with the bad days to turn them around. To see more of his videos, search Adapting the Outdoors on YouTube. Being in the outdoors today, I mean, we've got a lot of people who are heading off to the marathon this morning, Bob.
I know, yeah, including our very own Matt
Lovelace.
Matt Lovelace, yeah, he is over there. By the way, welcome, Lacey.
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
So far you're doing a very good job. Yeah, the weather is so far dry.
So far
dry, but it is going to get a little wet as we go through time. Let's go ahead and take a look at that dog walker's forecast for your Saturday. And oh, look at Dinky. Isn't Dinky cute? Looks like he's waiting for a biscuit. 8 a.m. mostly cloudy, 48. Then you'll need that umbrella if you're walking. Dinky at noon, 57, 59 at 4. You can send your doggy pics to Jessica on Facebook or her Twitter page, and she'll get your picture on the air. I'll have your complete forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Hey, I'm Gordon Boyd. I've got your Sports Minute coming up after the break. We have a double dose of local track. 2 phenomenal track stars, one of whom broke 2 school records as a sophomore. Stick around.
It is 6:22 on this Saturday morning. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. And so far, so good. Look at our live Roto-Rooter cam showing the sun is up, seeing some of those sun rays, but also seeing some darker clouds as well. And eventually those darker clouds take over and we'll see some rain as we move through the day. Of course, we've been talking about the Illinois Marathon in Champaign and Urbana. At 7 a.m., we're looking at 45, mostly cloudy skies. Of course, runners like it a little cooler out there. By 9, cloudy skies, 51. Then by 11, the end of the race for many, we're looking at showers likely and a temperature of 55 degrees. Right now, temperatures are cool, but not abnormally so for this time of year. Decatur at 47, Springfield 49, Champaign at 43, Mattoon, you're checking in with 47, Taylorville at 48, and Effingham right now, you are at 47 degrees. Here's our satellite radar composite. Now we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, meaning you'll see some clouds at one point and then some blue skies at the other point, but then eventually we'll see the clouds just overtake everything. Will become cloudy in the next couple of hours. And you see some green beginning to show up on radar, not so much in central Illinois, but further back to the west and north. We are watching low pressure developing across areas of eastern Nebraska. To the north of this system, it is going to be a snowy system. To the south of it, it's going to be plain rain. So we're going to be in that plain rain area, the warmer sector. You can see a cold rain already developing across areas of Iowa into Des Moines. But look at this, already beginning to show some snow into areas of southwest Minnesota, and some more showers now getting going across areas of Missouri. So as we go through time, we thickened up the clouds for this morning. We see a warm front off to the north, and we see a streak of snow moving in from Iowa into Minnesota and into southern parts of Wisconsin, even into northern Illinois, back into the Chicagoland area. Further to the south, we're looking at the rain across our central Illinois counties. A little closer look by 1 p.m. Seeing some of those showers from Jacksonville, Lincoln, back through Bloomington and off to the north and west. This isn't etched in stone. This is just kind of a general layout of what we think the rain is going to be doing. By 2 p.m., still seeing some of those showers. Could be a little heavier at times. Maybe a little break as we move into this evening, and then maybe another little push of showers by later on this evening as we're looking at more of those clouds that will be dropping in through tonight. And then we'll see this low continuing to push away through your Sunday. Morning clouds. Otherwise, we'll see sunshine into the afternoon, and it's going to be a pretty good day, but then more clouds later on in the day. Winter storm warning, believe it or not. Chicago back to areas near Milwaukee and to the west. They could see 4 to 8 inches of snow, believe it or not. And the winter weather advisory, maybe 3 to 6 inches. And beyond that, we've got more rain on the way as we move on into your Monday, and it doesn't end there. More rain moving into Tuesday night on into parts of Wednesday, and maybe lingering into Thursday as well. Now for this system, we're looking at maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch on the GFS and European model, 1/2 inch to 3/4 on the NAM, a little less on the RPM. And then as far as our 7-day, we're looking at 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain across much of the area, and 1.5 to 2.5 inches off to the south. A lot of rain on the way. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers today, 60 on the high, 37 tonight, cloudy and cold with scattered showers. Your St. Mary's Hospital 7-day forecast, Sunday 61, and then those scattered showers and storms start Monday right through Thursday. Temperatures in the 60s, lower 70s by Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. The Prairieland Punishers are lacing up their skates for their home opener this weekend.
Yep, and I was able to catch a glimpse of their practice at Crazy Skate in Decatur.
They call it the Sisterhood on Skates.
I think we're just a group of strong, empowering women that have wanted an outlet and wanted to find a way to express themselves in a healthy way, and this is what we found.
These women found their way to the track, but not just any track, the roller derby track.
Hitting people, it's the best part of the game. You get out a lot of aggression.
The Prairieland Punishers are gearing up for their home opener.
The adrenaline is very high, you know, just to look out in at all your fans, and there's like hundreds of fans, and they're all there for you.
Women from all walks of life make up this team.
I was thinking about leaving Decatur. It was sort of this transitional period in my life, and a lot of people come to Derby in these transitional times. So I don't think I'd still be in Decatur if it wasn't for Derby.
But to these women, this sport is much more than roller skates.
Everybody here is such a big family, and they're all so supportive.
It's their roller derby family.
There are people you can call anytime your car breaks down, or you just needed something, your kids needed something. Everybody leans on each other.
Well, the Punishers' home opener is tonight at the Decatur Civic Center. The game starts at 4, and tickets sell out really fast, so be sure to snag yours before tonight. I did roller derby, and it was painful.
You go, girl. Better than I am.
Well, now here's Gordon with a look at our sports.
Hey, I'm Gordon Boyd. Very glad to have you here for this Saturday Sports Minute. We have double dose of track, and we're starting things off at Mount Zion. Remember this name, Morgan Pilot. Morgan Pilot just moved to Mount Zion 5 months ago from Orlando, Florida, and she's already broken the all-time school record, all-time, in the triple jump and the long jump, which she then broke a second time at the same meet, 17 feet, 3.5 inches. But what makes this an even crazier story is Morgan's only a sophomore. I don't even think she has her driver's license, and she's a super sharp young lady. Here.
It's crazy, but you know, the amount of work I put in, it's so worth it. Like it's a lot to take in, but I'm so happy I was able to do it. I feel so accomplished, honestly. My father used to do the event, and he's a really big motivation for me. So I always think of him right as I'm about to jump, and I just like, fly, man. It's fun, and it's supportive because we're all there together, and we can all lift each other up. And it's motivational.
Not just as an athlete, but as a person. She brings energy to the team that we haven't had in quite a while. So it's a lot of fun. And she's just a competitor in and out, and great person. 2 state competitors, and at that level, she's just doing some amazing things as a sophomore.
This week, I also got a chance to see another future college track star. MacArthur sprinter / jumper Kiana Johnson has the same explosive bursts that her older brother Isaiah Johnson showed for the MacArthur football team. Now the process begins to choose a college home for the senior. She could go in either track or basketball.
I have basketball, McMurray, Missouri Valley for basketball. I have Lincoln for track, Greenville for track. It's just more pressure on you to do better and show everybody else what to do. So next year they have a goal to try to be better.
Sabri, Strong McLeod, freshman Finesse Jones. Our 4x1 has a chance. Kai Johnson, she has a chance. So we should do pretty good. Do pretty good. Trying to qualify for state. You know.
Thanks so much for being here for the Sports Minute. Have a great rest of the day.
You're watching WAND Weekend Daybreak.
Coming up on Weekend Daybreak, a University of Illinois professor under investigation. The announcement he made regarding his position at the university.
Plus, a Louisiana student will have a tough decision in May after she graduates from high school. The number of college acceptance letters she's received.
Not a bad start to our weekend across central Illinois, seeing some sunshine, some clouds, and eventually some rain, but I don't think the entire weekend will be a washout. I'll tell you why coming up in just a little bit.
A University of Illinois professor put on leave has announced he's stepping down.
The professor, Joe Petrie, is under investigation for accusations regarding his conduct. The professor issued a statement that he's retiring from his position at the end of May. While the statement didn't mention what the allegations against him were, he said his stepping down is related to that. The university has confirmed his investigation is ongoing. Well, new this morning, an Urbana man is facing charges for allegedly selling crack cocaine. 31-year-old George Muhammad was arrested late this week. Champaign police worked a confidential source who reportedly bought drugs from Muhammad over the last 2 weeks. Court records show Muhammad has several prior convictions. If convicted on these charges filed Friday, he could spend between 6 and 30 years in prison.
Prescription drug abuse is a real problem nationwide. More than 11 million people misused prescription pain relievers in 2017. That's why National Drug Take Back Day is so important. You're encouraged to take unused or expired medicine to designated sites throughout central Illinois today. Officials say a powerful way to fight the opioid epidemic starts in your medicine cabinet.
Have it laying around that's easy access to someone that can see what they have.
A prescription bottle makes sure all personal information has been removed. Many pharmacy chains now have kiosks inside for people to discard medicine year-round. To find a drug take-back location near you, head to WANDTV.com.
Well, 5 years ago this week, the Flint water crisis began, and it's not over. Flint, Michigan started drawing the city's drinking water from the Flint River. Soon after the switch, lead was discovered in the blood of people who drank the water. The water wasn't treated properly, and high levels of lead were discovered. Government officials faced criminal charges, and the city began to replace old pipes. But 5 years later, there's still long lines for bottled water.
There can be no community. There can be no society. There can be no people without access to clean, safe drinking water.
The demand continues for safe water.
Flint's water has been testing clean, but officials say more tests are needed over a longer period of time before the water can be considered safe. Well, the Illinois Pollution Control Board will see new leadership. Governor J.B. Pritzker named former House Majority Leader Barbara Flynn Curry to the Pollution Control Board. Curry formerly served 40 years in the Illinois House as a Democrat from Chicago.
Now, first weather from Storm Center 17, home of the exclusive Miles Storm Runner Equinox.
It is coming up on 6:38 on this Saturday morning. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. The weather, not too bad. Seeing some clouds and some blue skies. Eventually, the clouds take over. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside at your Roto-Rooter tower cam. And you can see how we have the blue skies in the distance. We had a nice sunset, but now the clouds beginning to overtake the blue skies. Temperatures are chilly. Champaign 43 as you start your marathon here shortly. 47 in Decatur, 49 in Springfield, 48 in Shelbyville and Vandalia. You're waking up to 50 degrees. Looking at mostly cloudy skies, see more in the way of green off to our west and northwest, and that will eventually overspread the area as we move to the latter part of this morning into this afternoon. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast. We'll keep it mostly cloudy through about 9 a.m. 52 at that time, cloudy at 10, 54. Scattered showers move in around noon, continue thereafter, 56 at noon, 60 at 4. Coming up, I'll tell you how much rain we'll see out of this batch of rain. We get a break on Sunday, then more important rain into next week. Your complete forecast in just a little bit.
Thanks, Bob. Not-for-profits across the state operate with a combination of volunteers and paid staff.
But as WAND's Doug Wolf reports, some of those organizations are starting to worry about the state's minimum wage hike.
The Good Samaritan Inn serves daily meals to the homeless and low-income individuals. And like many not-for-profits, it operates with both paid and volunteer workers.
Good Samaritan has become one of those premier volunteer spots in Decatur.
Jane and Bill Kalin among 425 individuals volunteering each month, honored as Volunteers of the Year.
I honestly have benefited more than what I have given.
We really don't need any awards. We just do it for fun.
While volunteers work for free, Reverend Stacy Brohard is worried about recent legislative action.
It's going to double my payroll.
The state's minimum wage will go from $8.25 an hour to $15 an hour over the next 5 years. It will put a financial squeeze on a lot of Illinois nonprofits.
We try to move them up as fast as we can, but it's based on merit, like most businesses would run. But now, at the end of 5 years, we're going to have to be at $15 an hour with all of them. So it's going to double our payroll.
The legislature basically did not consider nonprofits.
I wish we could have been in on that conversation. I'd really like to know what they considered and what they didn't consider.
The answer? The answer is what Reverend Brohard is looking for.
Well, it's either we're going to have to get more aggressive about grants, and there are going to have to be more grants to be able to pay these training laborers, or I got to do with less staff and more volunteerism.
Stacy says it will be difficult to double payroll, especially when people are working toward a career path in entry-level jobs. Indicator Doug Wolf, WAND News.
The Good Samaritan Inn is a community-supported soup kitchen that has been serving Decatur since 1982. Well, one Central Illinois event will combine fashion and a fight. This afternoon is Colors of Cancer, Fashion for a Cause. The event will combine a runway fashion show and live music to raise money for breast cancer research. The show is being held at the Dannenberger Family Vineyards in New Berlin. It starts at 3 and tickets are $10 at the door. Another event happening today is bringing awareness to hunger in the community. You can join the Central Illinois Food Bank for the kickoff of the 6th annual Fight Hunger, Spark Change campaign. You can find the event at the Springfield Walmart on Dirksen Parkway. It runs from 10 until noon. There will be a live cooking demonstration on a mobile kitchen cart. And if you'd like to help the cause, this year's campaign runs until May 20th at all Walmarts and Sam's Club stores. Just donate items, money at the register, or online.
Well, still ahead, when it comes to honeybees, we hate to say it, but there's less of them around.
See what the buzz is all about straight ahead. Plus, talk about brains and beauty. We'll show you a college hopeful that when it comes to her choice in schools, let's just say she's got plenty of options.
Welcome back. Who doesn't love some sweet, sweet honey?
No kidding. And you can thank honeybees for a lot of the food you put on your plate, but bee populations are taking a hit across the U.S. for a variety of reasons.
NBC's Amy Lippman got the buzz from a beekeeper in Florida.
Right along I-95 in Palm Beach Gardens,
my little piece of paradise.
Kevin Easton's backyard
Here's got a little honey on it.
is abuzz with some concerns.
We just can't keep killing the bees.
As a beekeeper, Easton has a lot of bees.
There's way over 1 million. There's usually about 25,000 in a box.
but honeybee populations across the country are falling.
You just have to move very slowly with the bees.
With beekeepers reporting an average 30% loss in their colonies each winter. Parasites, habitat loss, and pesticides play a role.
Another is the viruses. You know, there's so many stressors, let alone what the chemicals and things are that, you know, we're putting out there that they don't know what to deal with or how to deal with them.
Florida's conditions are a bit better than other parts of the country.
Of larvae. Down here in Florida, we don't see that as much of a problem because we have a beautiful year-round weather.
Attracting more and more people to try beekeeping here. About 10 years ago in Florida, there were 500 registered beekeepers. Now there's about 5,000. Of course, we all know honeybees produce a sweet reward.
Palm Beach Gardens local honey.
But their busy days involve a much bigger task: pollinating the majority of the world's crops.
And they're very important.
Which is why Easton at Sunset Apiary,
that's the queen,
and other beekeepers around the area believe the buzz surrounding the critical state of bees needs to get a whole lot louder.
We certainly hope that the bees survive. We need to make sure they survive. There isn't, you know, no hoping about it. We need to have them survive so that we have a better, you know, paradise.
Bob, you've got some
A bee story?
A bee story.
Yeah, I tried to raise bees last year, but I had a hard time finding a queen, of course. You need a queen to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, you do. You always need a queen.
If you didn't do it, I was going to.
The queen bee, yeah. I had a hard time finding them last year, so I didn't do it last year, and I haven't done it this year yet. But I want to raise them. I have all the equipment at home, so I'm just waiting for
Beekeeper Bob.
Beekeeper Bob, because they say native honey is good for allergies.
Yes,
yes. Which we all have right now.
Yes,
oh,
because
I know.
this weather, Bob.
Because of the pollen, and you know, the good thing is the rain keeps the pollen out of the air, so I guess that's the positive of that.
Let's
try to find the silver lining.
Positively about the rain, right?
Right. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the low temperatures so far for today. Average low 47, and we were right there, you know, middle 40s, some lower 40s, Champaign 42 for you, and then we had 47 in Mattoon, 46 Decatur, and 48 into Springfield. For JC's 3-degree guarantee, he's going with the high today of 59 degrees as the rain increases. I'll talk about the rain and a pretty decent Sunday. Your complete forecast after the break. It is 6:49 on this Saturday morning. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. So far, the weather cooperating, seeing some clouds, also some blue skies. Here's our Flooring America weather bug cam downtown Decatur. Everything is dry and the winds are light, and that's a good thing because it seems like we've been having a lot of wind lately. And the fact that we have light winds is good news for the runners in the Illinois Marathon. Of course, it's getting going here very shortly in Champaign and Urbana. At 7 a.m., 45, mostly cloudy, thickening clouds by 9, 51, and by 11, with a lot of folks finishing up, temperature of 55 degrees. Current temperatures across the area, looking at 47 in Decatur, Springfield 49, Champaign awaiting the marathon, you're looking at 43, Mattoon 47, Taylorville 49, and Effingham at 47. We're starting to see more in the way of clouds increasing across central Illinois. Nothing in the way of precipitation yet, but that will change. You can see some rain getting going, a cold rain across areas of Iowa right now. Some of that rain stretches further to the south into Missouri. So we'll be watching this area of rain progressing to the east as we move through the next several hours, giving us an increasing chance for rain as we're watching low pressure now across eastern Nebraska. Now on the cold side of this, we're going to see rain changing over to snow north of this warm front. To the south of us, south of it, that's where we are, and we'll be looking at a cold rain as we move through the day. But look at the snow from Chicago, far northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, back into Minnesota, and back into Iowa, and it will accumulate up there. For us, just a cold rain as we move through the afternoon. Mid-afternoon, looking at more of those showers. Could see a little break maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock, and then we'll see another push of some some showers as we move into the evening hours. Still a lot of clouds. Then it's going to turn sharply colder through the overnight hours, wind shifting to the north as low pressure moves into Ohio by early Sunday. I think we will see sunshine on your Sunday, but with a cool northeast wind, temperatures only getting into the upper 50s and lower 60s as we'll see more clouds into the afternoon hours. Winter storm warning around Chicago, back into Rockford, southern Wisconsin around Madison, further west. Could see 4 to 8 inches of snow there. My goodness, getting late for this. And then a winter weather advisory in the blue area. Now, beyond that, we're looking at more rain moving into Monday. Some that could be heavy. We'll see some thunderstorms as well. Another round of rain and storms move in on Tuesday. Perhaps some heavier rain Tuesday night, and then more rain moving into your Thursday. Hopefully not creating flood problems. About 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch on the NAM model for this rain, about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch on the GFS and European model. And then down the road, we're looking at maybe 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain, this red area as we head through next week. And then in this plum color, about 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. So hopefully it's not too bad as we head into that time period. For today, 60 on the high, mostly cloudy with scattered showers, southerly winds gusting up to 30 at times. And then for tonight, cloudy and cold, scattered showers, a low 37, wind shifting to the north, 15 to 20 with gusts to 30. St. Mary's Hospital 7-day forecast Sunday looking at 61 degrees, and then those scattered showers and storms begin on Monday right through Thursday, highs in the 60s, lower 70s Thursday, drier heading into Friday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. If you thought you were smart, well, hold on to your coffee, folks. Get this, an Illinois teenager has been accepted to every school she applied to in the tune of 115 colleges and universities across the nation.
Incredible. Antoinette Love was offered more than $3.7 million in scholarships. Her high school says that's more than any other college-bound senior in the country so far this year. Love was born to teen parents, and she helped raise her 4 siblings and still managed to maintain a 3.5 GPA.
I feel happy that I can go to college because they didn't, so I will be the first in my family.
Love will be visiting schools over the next few weeks and hopes to make a decision by May.
That's insane.
Oh, you go, girl.
Right? Definitely. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Dry conditions the next few hours. Mostly cloudy skies become cloudy. Scattered showers beginning around noon. Temperatures in the 40s through the 50s. I think we'll top out somewhere near 60 degrees a little bit later on this afternoon.
Whoa.
It is going to be a cold rain, 42 tonight. Sunday we dried out 61, but then look at all those thunderstorm icons beginning Monday right through Thursday. A lot of rain through that time period.
So pack the umbrella.
Good idea.
All right, we'll see you back tonight at 6.
See you.
Bye.